So you want to be able to get down to your own music inside of Minecraft, or whatever sound you want. It could be your acapella that you've made for yourself. To do this, we are going to make a custom resource pack, which will replace the default sounds inside of music discs. I had to do this with my own default sounds. Normally, this is my default sound. Not good. Now, be aware that by using this method, you are going to change what the music disc sounds. That's so hard to say. You are changing your resource pack, which is only for you. Like, that's not going to be like a server-wide change. So if you want your friends to hear what you're hearing whenever you play this music disc, you're going to have to force your friends to use this resource pack we're going to make together, hack into their system, get it on their PC, or Bedrock, and if you're hacking your friends, that's probably you're not a very good friend. So I'm going to show you how to do this on the Bedrock edition of the game and on the Java edition of the game. We're going to need a few tools, like required tools, in order to get this done. Number one is that you do need to have access to a computer. It can be a PC, it can be a Mac, but you can't do this on, say, like a phone or a console. You could get it over to a phone and console after you're finished making the resource pack, but you have to have a computer to create it. On that computer, you're going to need some type of zipping tool. Now, these are built into all operating systems, so Mac and PC will have a way to unzip files. To zip it back up on the Mac, you right-click and choose compress. On the PC, you right-click, then hover over send to, and then click on compressed, and that will zip up your files for you. But I would recommend a program like 7-Zip. It allows you to have a lot more control and kind of see what you're doing before you like jump into it. But you can use the default stuff on your operating system. Next, we're going to need a text editor that can edit a JSON file. That can be Notepad on the PC or TextEdit on the Mac. Or you could find one that's specifically for editing JSON files. I use Sublime Text. I'm going to just show the default stuff for this video, though. Next, you're going to need an audio program to lay down that sick beat. Just kidding. You're going to need to export a .ogg file, and I suggest Audacity for that. That's available on the Mac and the PC. Optionally, if you want to get super professional, you need some way to make a PNG file, just an image. You could use like MS Paint if you want, but if you want to make it look good, you might want to use something like Photoshop. That's an optional step. You don't need to do it. You don't have to. If you was like, listen, I like the look of the default, then you're fine. So let's get into this stuff. To start off, we're going to start with Bedrock Edition, and you're going to be eventually making a .mcpack file. That file you can open on your computer, and it will just open Minecraft and install itself. If you're on a phone, tablet, or a console, you're going to have to figure out some way to get that .mcpack file over to that device. So you'll have to upload it somewhere where you could get to it from a browser. I've had some good luck like sending it to myself on Discord and then opening it in Discord. So you'll have to have some way to get it to that device, but that's what we're going to aim for. The first step for the Bedrock Edition is head on over to minecraft.net/add-ons. That will bring you to this page, and if you refresh it, it does this like really cool animation with this little guy right there. It's so adorable. Anyway, this is sort of a tutorial page that they've made, kind of showing you what you could do with add-ons and resource packs. Down here, kind of hidden, is a paragraph that has a link to a resource pack and a behavior pack. And this is basically a template for you to use. So you can just click on this and it'll download a fantastic template. Once that is downloaded, go ahead and navigate to wherever it downloaded. Once you have it downloaded, you are just going to right-click this and unzip it. I have 7-Zip installed, so I'm going to choose this extract to option because it'll make a folder with the name of the zip file, and so it's all kind of compact together, which is kind of nice. So navigate inside of there, and you're going to see all of these folders, and if you look in here, this is going to have like everything. So you want some apples, you need some armor stands. This has literally everything in the game, and we don't need all this. In fact, having all this in here may overwrite something else that you, if like, let's say you have 2 resource packs on top of each other, you could have yours above another and only replace the music disc sounds. But then because you have all of this other data, it's going to overwrite that as well, which we don't want. So we're going to delete a whole bunch of this. It's easier if I tell you what not to delete versus what to delete. So select everything and using Control on your keyboard, unselect sounds, this manifest, pack icon, and sounds.json. Everything else can go away. Also, inside of the sounds folder, there's a whole bunch of stuff inside of here. You can select everything except for sound definitions, so keep that and delete everything else. Now, before we move away from this area, we're going to create some new folders. So the first folder that we're going to make is music, and this is all lowercase. That is important. So music, then a new folder, a new folder inside of music. So go into music and then make a new folder, and this is going to be called game. And then go inside of that and create a new folder. And this is going to be called records. So inside of records, this is where you're going to eventually put all of the files that we're going to create in the .ogg format. Now, the only other thing that you kind of need to do inside of this long string of stuff is change these files. So these are the default files that came, well, not sounds, but pack and manifest. So this is just the PNG that will show up next to your resource pack. I'm opening this up in Paint, and this is what it originally looks like. So I'm just gonna make this beautiful art that will define the character and the perfectness that will be my resource pack. There we go. My masterpiece is finished. It's high with a hand that's waving and a cat. This is a block. This is a cat block. This cat is now a block, grass block cat. Save that masterpiece, and now that will be the PNG. Now you can make this whatever you want, and you can make it look good if you wanted. Now let's open this manifest.json. Now you can see this crazy little symbol, that's Sublime Text because I have it installed, but we are going to open with, and I'm just gonna choose Notepad because you don't have to have Sublime Text, so you could just do, oh, open it way over there. Look at this, bric-a-brac. This stuff is so confusing. Okay, so it looks confusing and scary, but it's not, believe me. Format version, don't change. Description, this is what is going to go underneath your resource pack. So I'm going to say the best pack made by the best guy. The name of the pack is pretty obvious. We're just going to call this OMG pack. And then we're going to copy this description. And we're going to place it right down here again. Now, you have these, everything else can stay the same except for these UUIDs. And these just need to be unique to this pack. They don't need to be anything special specifically from Minecraft or Mojang or anything like that. But they do need to be different. You'll notice that these two don't match. These are the ones that were given to us by the, by the template. But we need to create our own and just make them mismatch. You can do this by just going to Google, typing in UUID generator Minecraft. This first option, UUIDgenerator.net. Just make sure that you're on the version 4, which it says right here, your version 4, but we could go here, and it creates it. So just copy one of them, come back over here, paste it in there. And like I said, they need to be, oops, did I just copy that? Oops, I meant to hit paste, but I think I hit copy. There we go, and paste. There we go. Then generate a new one. So refresh the page, copy that one, and then throw it in here. And the bottom one is replace it. Now save that file, and you can close out of it. Now we are basically done with all of the stuff leading up to us actually making the audio that should go in there. For this, I got a track off of the YouTube audio library just because I know that I'm not going to get copyright claimed for playing this stuff. So I'm using this one, Breatha by Josh Pan. Thanks, Josh Pan, for making this. So I'm going to use Audacity to edit this file around and to export it as an OGG. This is what Audacity looks like. We're just going to take this MP3 and then drop it in and drop it in, and it will generate some waveforms. We can listen to it. I'm going to turn, well, I didn't mean to pan. I meant to turn it down just a bit because I know it's going to be loud. And there we go. We have our track. If we wanted to, I could record another track if I wanted to. It's going to do it at the end of the thing. You can edit this around. You can change this. In fact, this is kind of long. And so I'm going to grab a whole bunch of it, delete it. I'm going to get rid of this track I accidentally made. I'm going to select a little bit more of it. We're going to effect, fade out here. And then we should be good to go because I don't want it to last forever. This is a stereo mix. You can see because this entire track has 2 tracks in it. It needs to be mono. So we're going to select everything by hitting Control A, go down to tracks, mix, stereo down to mono. There you go. You can edit this as much as you want. Audacity is an amazing program. You're going to have to look up a different tutorial on how to do that. Once you have this mixed down and edited to how you would like it to be, you're going to export it. So File, Export, and we're going to choose this OGG Vorbs. And this is the file type that you need to export it in order to get it into Minecraft. So it's awesome that Audacity has this completely built in. Now we're going to navigate to where our folder is that we've been working in. And that was here, this vanilla resource pack. The JSON files aren't showing up, but sounds, music, game, records, and this is where we are going to want to save it. But we're going to want to make sure that this is named correctly. You could just save it and then change the name later, but we can skip out a step by naming this as another music disc that's already in the game. So I couldn't really find a image that really I liked, so I made one myself. So if you're wondering what to name your disc, here are all of the names, and these are all in lowercase, and remember they need to have the .ogg at the end of it. So this is what they look like with their name, and they need to be named what they are. You can't change the name, but you can change what's in them, but they still need to be named this. So if you know that you have, say, this red disc, which is named chirp, name it chirp.ogg. That way, when you play that red disc, it will play whatever we've just edited. So back over here, I know that I happen to have disk 13 in my possession, so I'm going to name this 13.ogg, hit save, and it asks you for some metadata fields. You don't need to fill out any of these, just click OK, and it will export the OGG. Now, back over here in the Explorer or Finder if you're on Mac, we've done everything. Inside of sounds, inside of music, inside of game, inside of records, we have that 13.ogg. We could change all of the disks if we want. I'm going to stick with this. So we're going to head all the way back to where we have the manifest, pack, and sounds, and the sounds folder. And I'm going to select all of these and make this a zip file. Do not do the folder that it's inside of. So don't make this folder that it's sitting inside of the zip file. Make sure you select these so that if it were to unzip, these would all just kind of pile out of the zip. So select these files, not the folder that is containing it. On the PC, I can select send to, which is off the screen. Go send to and then compressed. That will make a zip. And we can name this whatever we want. I'll call this, I don't know, OMG records. And we're going to call it .zip, but we need to change this. This needs to be not a .zip, but actually a MC pack, just like that. And it'll ask, do you want to name it? And we're going to be like, yeah, we do. And if you have Minecraft installed, you'll see that it changes from this .zip icon to this Minecraft icon. My computer knows that I can open this in Minecraft Windows 10 edition. That's the Bedrock edition here on PC. Now, if you were on a phone, tablet, console, you're going to have to figure out how to get this MC pack over to that device. I'm not going to cover that in this tutorial, but you need to have it uploaded in some fashion to get it over to one of those devices. You can search for that also in a different tutorial. Here on the PC, I'm just going to double click this. There we go, and it'll open up Minecraft. Ooh la la, look at that. It seems to be working. And it will tell me that it is importing my pack right there at the top of the screen. Import started. If it is successful, it will say successfully imported. You can see that lovely, oh, absolutely, chef's kiss icon that we made together. I don't happen to have a creative world already, so I'm going to create a creative world. But if you already had a world, just go into the settings of that world. You can click the edit icon next to the world, or do it once you're in there, and go to resource packs. We don't have it active yet. It's in my packs. There's that wonderful icon. You can see OMG pack. That's what we named it. The best pack made by the best guy. Oh my gosh. This is amazing. So we're going to hit activate, and it shows up here. And that really, that does it. So let's create this world. Here we are. Here are all the music discs, and this is 13. So I'll throw down a jukebox, put this thing in. You should be able to hear it, but it's kind of quiet. There we go. Changing my music sounds. There you go. It's working. You can hear it. Knock that out of there. Put it back in. Yeah, we got our music disc to actually work, which is fantastic. And because it's mono, it'll work correctly as we run away from it, fade out correctly. And it also works like in the direction, like I can kind of tell in my stereo, you know, headphones. That's way over there. Anyway, so that is how we get that to work in the Bedrock edition. Remember that if you are going to be playing with friends, they need to have this resource pack installed as well. They can't just, you can't just install it. This is not a world thing. You can have servers that try to force a resource pack on people, but most likely that's not what's going to happen. Java Edition folks, where you at? Okay, time to go through the same tutorial, but for Java Edition players. So first, we are going to download a template for us to use. It's going to be easier for us to use a template than it is just to like create every single file ourselves. And I found one here on Planet Minecraft that I really like. It's already pre-made for the music discs. So all you have to do is click this MediaFire link, ignore all of the ads that are most likely going to happen, and download this template. This will be in the description box below. Download. Please don't be a virus. Okay, I have it downloaded right here. Ignore the for Bedrock folder. That's from what just happened with the Bedrock player. So we are going to unzip this file, and I'm going to use 7-zip to unzip it, but you could use whatever you want. I like doing it to this thing where it already names the folder for us. So that's fantastic. We're done. You guys have a benefit over the Java players in that all of the folders are already set up for us. So two things though, is that we have a records folder with all of these .og, there you go. I was saying, where are they? And we also have a music folder. So if you don't want to mess with the music in the game, then you should delete the music folder. We just keep the records folder, which I'm going to do. I'm just going to delete the music folder because I only want to change the records in my resource pack. Okay, now that that is downloaded, we are going to go back up this chain of folders. So back into Minecraft, back into assets, and back up here where the pack.mc meta is and the pack.png is. So let's go ahead and open this pack.mc meta. Now I have a program on here called Sublime Text, which wants to open it, but you can just choose open with right over there, choose notepad from the list and open that. And this is all that it is. So we're just going to change the description to the best pack by OMGcraft. We're just going to hit save and close out of that. This pack.png, that is going to be the thumbnail for this pack, and I can just open that with Microsoft Paint. And it looks like the previous person added some stuff in here, so we can just, delete all that, and then I'm gonna come in here and make a masterpiece. Wait, no, I need the pencil. There we go. Masterpiece! I heart Minecraft. That's what I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna hit save. There we go. Obviously, it's incredibly professional. Now we actually have to go in there and make the files, the OGG files, and all of these are already in here named, which is kind of nice. So we just need to overwrite any of these files. So these are the names of all of the disks earlier. And let me show it to you again. I made this image so that you can know what each name goes to which disk. I said that really weird, but these images and these names match up. So if you happen to have a disk that has an orange only center, now you know it's named blocks. So you should rename your audio file in a moment to blocks so that you can, if you already have the disc, you don't want to go searching for Strad, which you don't have. We are going to use a program called Audacity to do this. So download whatever sound you want. I'm going to use the YouTube audio library to do this because I know it's going to be copyright free. This is the audio that I have chosen. It's going to be it's a little loud for us, but we can come in here and we can edit it in Audacity, which I'm going to do right now. I'm just going to grab that little thing. Kind of make it a little bit shorter so it doesn't last forever. We're going to go ahead and effect, fade out. There we go. Looks great. And once we're happy with this, we do need to mix it down to mono. So select everything, go down to tracks, mix, stereo down to mono, and it'll merge the tracks. And then we need to export this. File, export, and then OGG. And this is the file format that we want for Minecraft. It's awesome that it exports in this for us, just super easily. We are going to navigate to where we have all those other files that we've been working with. So inside of here, inside of assets, it doesn't show any of the JSON or MC pack stuff. So we kind of, you have to know where it is. Records, and then we have all of these. And it's nice that they're already in here, so I can just choose one and override it. So let's say that I knew that I had disk 13 or mall or pig step. I can just choose that and then hit save. It's going to ask, are you sure you want to overwrite this? I'd be like, yes, I do. It's going to ask you for some metadata. You don't need to fill this out. Just hit OK, and it is exported. Back over with the files we've been working with. We're going to go back up the chain until we see all of our MC meta stuff in here, the pack.png and the asset folder. We're going to select all of this and we're going to add this to a zip file. This cannot be in the folder that is holding it, so I cannot zip up the folder that has all of these items in it. We need to zip these up directly into its own zip without the overhead folder part of it. So we're just going to choose this, go down to, and this is a little difficult to see on here, but we're going to choose send to on my PC and compressed zip as the option. On Mac, you would right click and say add to archive. So once we have that, we'll have an assets.zip. We are going to rename this, and we need to rename it to what we want the first line in the resource pack screen to be. And then that second line will be the description that we added in the pack.mc meta. Remember, this is all zipped up, so you'd have to unzip it to edit any of this. So we're going to rename this. I'm just going to call this the OMGcraft pack. And that's it. We don't need a chain in the Bedrock version. If you stuck around since then, we changed this to MC pack. We don't need to do that with the Java edition of Minecraft. So jump on over to Minecraft, choose options, choose resource packs, and open pack folder. That's going to open up a window, then go navigate to the pack that you just made, which I happen to have in this other window. So we're going to take that zip file that we just made and drag it over into the resource packs area. It'll populate, and as you can see, everything came over. So the name of the zip is that first line. The second line is what we added in the description in the MC pack area. And then that beautiful icon is the icon that I ended up making. So we can move it over, click done, load up a world. This is a creative world that I was using, and we are going to get a joke box. And I used pig step. How do you spell pig step? There we go. Pig step. And this should play. There we go. That is not pig step. That is my own music that I added. And there you go. Now you can get down music discs. And this does work. So you can pop it out, pop it in, pop it out. And you got a working music disc with your own audio. Reminder that this is just a resource pack on your client only. This will not work for other people. Now, you could set up a server that asks, people, hey, do you want to use this resource pack when you use it? But in general, if you're not setting up your own server, then your friends that you play with aren't going to hear the music that you have. You'd have to get them the resource pack and have them install it on their client so that they could also hear the music that you're hearing. And that's it. If you're looking to find every single music disc inside of Minecraft, I suggest that you check out my survival series, How to Minecraft, where I find every music disc in Minecraft. And I'm saying that before I'm recording this before I actually do that. So I really hope that I completed that mission. Otherwise, this video is going to be out of date. Thanks so much for watching this episode. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope it works for you. And I hope that you have a fantastic time making your own resource packs to change the music disc sounds. Please subscribe, please like the video, and please comment down below. We'll see you in the next video. Bye.